All right, guys. So I stumbled across an interesting bit of information here that the Biden administration is not going to like because they don't really like common sense. Okay, they're allergic to common sense because conservatives have been saying that, hey, even though last year we may have needed these enhanced unemployment benefits from the federal government because of the forced lockdowns from the government, with the economy opening back up and businesses hiring again, I don't necessarily know if it's a good idea to keep paying this out because workers are not going to be incentivized to actually go get jobs. Now, the Biden administration responded to this by basically saying that there's no evidence that enhanced unemployment benefits are keeping people from seeking jobs. That's what they said. That's what they tried to say. Okay, and they tried to say that all the economists agree with them, when that's just objectively not true. Matter of fact, there was a survey by the Chicago Booth School, in which they surveyed a bunch of economists and asked them how they felt about Biden's $300 expanded unemployment benefits, and asked them whether or not they thought that was a disincentive to work. And more of them agreed than disagreed that it was a disincentive to work, that enhanced unemployment benefits is a disincentive to work. But most of them did not know. They were uncertain. Okay, so Biden's out here trying to claim that the economists agree that it's not a disincentive, when again, that's just not true. It's a flat out lie. And so the Biden administration basically tried to make up things like, well, it's childcare, it's, they're scared of the virus, all this. They try to make up all these reasons for why people weren't going back to work when Biden started having terrible jobs numbers. Okay, because Biden couldn't go out there and say his expanded unemployment benefits from the last COVID relief package was causing people to sit at home on their butts. He could not say that. So anybody with any, again, common sense knew that what they were saying was hogwash. And just recently, Biden came out and just admitted that, small businesses just paying their employees more. Just raise their wages, raise them as high as you can to compete with the government. That was the intention the whole time. Okay, and they're finally admitting it. This is basically their substitute for not pushing the $15 minimum wage. So they found another way to screw over small businesses, right? And now, lo and behold, according to the Wall Street Journal here, interesting article, Americans are leaving unemployment rolls more quickly in states cutting off benefits. Again, everybody with some common sense knew that unemployment benefits was incentivizing people to sit at home and not find a job. Okay, everybody knew that, but we actually are getting some real life data here to support what we all knew, right? Because common sense. The number of unemployment benefits recipients is falling at a faster rate in Missouri and 21 other states canceling enhanced and extended payments this month, suggesting that ending the aid could push more people to take jobs. Duh. Federal pandemic aid bills boosted unemployment payments by $300 a person each week and extended those payments for as long as 18 months, well longer than a typical 26 weeks or less. The benefits are set to expire in early September, but states can opt out before then. Missouri Governor Mike Parson said the benefits were helpful during the height of the pandemic, but their continuation has, quote, worsened the workforce issues we are facing. He, like many other Republican governors, moved to end the federally funded benefits to address businesses' concerns about a labor shortage. The state's unemployment rate was 4.2% in May, well below the national average of 5.8%, according to the U.S. Labor Department. Missouri cut off payments as of June 12th, joining 3 other states as the first to do so. 7 states follow with an end on June 19th, and this weekend, benefits are expiring in 10 more states. 4 more states will curtail benefits by July 10th. The number of workers paid benefits through regular state programs fell 13.8% by the week ending June 12th from mid-May, when many governors announced changes in states saying that benefits would end in June, according to the analysis by Jeffries LLC economists. That compares with a 10% decline in states ending benefits in July and a 5.7% decrease in states ending benefits in September. Workers on state programs would lose the $300 weekly federal enhancement, but would continue receiving the state benefits. Jeffries also found somewhat larger decreases in the number of people receiving benefits through the pandemic programs and states curtailing benefits through the data lag, though the data lags behind an additional week. In many cases, those recipients will be cut off entirely when their state ends participation in the federal programs. Quote, "You're starting to see a response to these programs ending," said Annetta Markowska, Jeffries' chief financial economist. "In recent months, employers were having to compete with the government handing out money, and that makes it very hard to attract workers." Other economists and many Democrats say other factors, including lack of child care and fear of COVID-19, are also keeping many potential workers out of the workforce. No, that's what they're saying so that they can keep getting their unemployment benefits, because they know that you Democrats are just going to use that to justify keeping them in place. So I don't believe that for a second, right? That's why some of these surveys are just BS, man. Some businesses in Missouri are already noticing a difference since the policy shift. Midas Hospitality, a St. Louis-based hotel company with 44 locations around the U.S., started holding job fairs to increase staffing as coronavirus restrictions eased about 2 months ago. "In many cases, no one showed up," said Linda Eagleberger, senior vice president for operations and marketing. "Other times, only 2 people would arrive, immediately get offered jobs, and then not show up to start work," she said. Then a few weeks ago, things started to change at its Missouri locations. At one property, 7 people came to a job fair, which Ms. Eagleberger took as a positive sign. Then 2 weeks ago, the Element St. Louis Midtown Hotel had a breakthrough with 40 job seekers, she said. Quote, "It's crazy how quickly things seem to be ramping up," she said, noting that workers in other states where Midas operates and the federal benefits are still in place appear reluctant to re-enter the workforce. The hotel had 11 openings, including housekeeping, front desk, and food service jobs. Ms. Eggenberger said it offered positions to 9 job seekers at the fair, and all of them arrived for the first day of work. Several other new hires had been out of work for at least 6 months. Wow. Ain't it crazy? Ain't it amazing how that works? Ain't it amazing how far common sense gets you, right? Conservatives were saying the whole time, wait. Hold on now. Continuing to give people money for free from the federal government, right? It's substantially more money to not work, right? If they work, they don't get the money. If they don't work, then they get the money. And they're also not really required to look for a job or to prove that they're trying to get work. They can just sit at home and get paid. Why would you not do that, right? Why would people want to get a job? Conservatives were saying this. But Democrats, on the other hand, was saying, oh, no, that's not it. It's everything except that. It's child care, while at the same time keeping schools closed. Oh, no. It's they're afraid of COVID, while at the same time, isn't the vaccine available, right? The same vaccine that you guys are encouraging everybody to get? And like I told you guys, they knew how silly that actually sounded. Now they just come out and say, you know what? We're doing it because we want businesses to increase their wages. Once again, Republicans were right. And, the thing is, people like to get on Republicans for not supporting quote unquote popular policies. But everything that's popular ain't good. Okay? That's what people got to understand about these popularity contests, right? Of course, if you poll a bunch of people and they say, hey, do you want federal unemployment benefits, right? Should the government keep paying people to sit at home and not work? Of course, people who don't want to work are going to say, yeah, of course, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good, right? If anything, these Republican governors are doing Biden a favor, okay? They're doing Biden a favor. They're helping him out with his job numbers, because Biden's job numbers had also been miserable because people don't want jobs. Even though there are, millions of job openings, I think the last report, he only had a few 100,000 jobs created last month when it was expected to be millions or in the upper 100,000s. He's significantly underperforming on a red hot economy that's been handed to him by Trump. And yet he's sitting here still trying to justify this program that's obviously not working in his favor. But like I said, man, this is early, right? This is some early data, but I'm pretty sure in the next few months in these Republican states, you're going to see a lot of people get hired, and you're going to see the jobs numbers really start to significantly increase for Biden thanks to these Republican governors, right? But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.